see, I still didn't have much good thinking about myself. I didn't give people notices at that time. He was all right with it. He wasn't mad. He just laughed. You might think that was no big deal. People do that all the time. The only problem was I did not have driver's license, but God had given me some intuition that most people never get. I already owned a small truck that I had before I decided to not drive anymore. So I decided I could pay someone to drive me around as soon as I found work. We hauled every roof we did in the back of that little Toyota pickup truck for the first few months. I desperately needed a dump truck. God always sends the right people into your life when you need them the most. I had met a guy at church who told me about a truck that his dad had for sale. I took a trip to look at the dump truck. It was parked in a junkyard and it hadn't been driven for years. The old guy got a fresh battery and started it right up. The guy looked at me and said, "Take it with you, pay me later when you get the money." Who does that? God is in the miracle business. I wanted my work to be done in His image, so I named my new company Image Roofing. Now remember, I had kept all the old contacts from my previous business. I called all my past customers and told them that TNT had split up, but they could still call me if they had any issues. Here's my very first company. I don't know if you can see that. And then here's the new company logo. And this was 30 years ago, by the way. Well, of course, when I called on my old past clients, they were very receptive to giving me more work because of the integrity that God had put inside of me. Even though I was a drunk and a drug addict, God had been doing for me what I could not do for myself. I was off and running with Image Roofing. It was like I never missed a beat. I picked up work quickly. I had 2 trucks and plenty of workers. I worked as hard as I could every day and still went to church. I was getting better in my spiritual life, but I did not really know at the time. I was, I was getting better, but I didn't know. That's what I'm saying there. I was down to smoking 1 to 3 marijuana cigarettes a week from the 3 or 4 per day that I was smoking originally. I hadn't drank alcohol for almost a year. FYI, called them marijuana cigarettes for all the non-drug addicts who watch our videos and read our books. I constantly heard condemning voices, and I had not learned how to deal with them. I would hear condemning voices when I was sober, so I'd get high, and the voices would get worse. I would hear a voice one day in my mind that told me that I was a hypocrite. I had met a girl and was pursuing a relationship with her that was not healthy, and I was still smoking marijuana. So in all my wisdom, I decided that I would not continue to go to church and living in sin. In case you were wondering, the girl was the girl from the first chapter, the one whose car I left my keys in. Little did I know that there was a spiritual principle in the Bible that was about to take place in my life, and I was going to learn it the hard way. Matthew 12:43 through 45. When the unclean spirit is gone out of a man, he walked through dry places seeking rest and findeth none. Then he saith, I return to my house from whence I came out. And when he come, he findeth it empty, swept, and garnished. Then goeth he and taketh with himself 7 other spirits more wicked than himself. And they entered in and dwelled there. And the last state of the man is worse than the first. Even so shall it be also unto the wicked generation.